Hi everyone, welcome to Apex Data Intelligence's Explained in 60 Seconds, where we take a concept, product or feature of Databricks, try and explain it precisely as possible. I'm Geoff Jones, I'm the founder and director of Apex Data Intelligence. We are a leading Databricks partner and go-to-market consultancy. Today we're going to be talking about Unity Catalog, which is, if you recall from a previous video, one of the two pillars that underpins the data lakehouse vision that Databricks brought to the market a few years ago. But what is Unity Catalog? Well, to start off with, we have to discuss what the data lake becomes when it becomes mature. It becomes a data swamp. You have data from all over the place, landed in lots of different containers, lots of different storage accounts. Very rapidly, as you can imagine, it becomes unusable because we don't know what's where, we don't know what's good, we don't know how long it's been there, we don't know what's connected to what. So the first thing that Unity Catalog gives us when it's enabled is data discovery. It allows us to index all of our data wherever it may be, which makes it searchable. We get this one location, a centralized location in which all of our data users, engineers, analysts, business people can search for and be confident in what they see within our data lakehouse. It provides a metadata layer on which we can view all this data, and the great thing is it does it out of the box, which is very exciting. We can also classify that data, which allows us to, as we get more mature, we can start to append our own metadata to various tables and catalogs within Unity Catalog, which we can use downstream for various purposes. Extremely powerful and exciting. The second thing that Unity Catalog gives us is access control. Access control can be thought of in two levels, the first of which is role-based access control. As the name suggests, this allows us to provision access to various areas within our lakehouse based on the role of the user. So in a standard medallion architecture, as we can see here on the right, from bronze and source, you really only want source service principals and maybe your engineers to see that. Going through to silver, you'd want your scientists and engineers to be able to manipulate that data to produce products, or your gold layer, in which you want your analysts to see. This allows us to align your users to certain roles, and those roles have access to certain objects within your data lake. And this can be as broad or as granular as your business requires. That's pretty powerful and pretty exciting. The second and slightly more mature version of this, that once you've got your role-based access control in place, you start to think about attribute-based access control. This is where the metadata that we discussed earlier starts to come in. So we can tag our data as being sensitive or personally identifiable information, PII, that's quite a common one. And we can do that at the column level within certain tables. So we can say, column Y, let's say surname or first name, we can tag that as PII, so that certain people with privileged roles can see that, but everyone else, it gets masked, garbled or encrypted. It provides the framework on which we can do that, and that can get really granular, and it allows you to much more easily satisfy things like GDPR and various other regulatory requirements very easily. And the rules that we apply to that attribute-based access control can be as complicated as you require. You can get very granular. The third, and this is super exciting about Unity Catalog, is data lineage. We often want to know where our data, if we're looking at a table, for example, in gold, we want to know what contributed to that table. It could have come from 4 or 5 or 6 or 10 or 20 places, and previously, we would have to build that lineage out separately in a data catalog or in another cataloging software. Unity Catalog does it out of the box. It literally looks at the tables and the notebooks as well, and queries and dashboards, anything that's in Databricks. And it analyzes how it gets used and how the data flows and provides a physical, visual map of the whole end-to-end lineage. And it updates dynamically. So as things get changed, as things progress, as your data journey gets more mature, your lineage maps update in real time. hugely beneficial. It does it out the box, and you can show it right there in real time. It's awesome. I love auditing. We have these system tables that have only just become released in general availability that allow us to see to a high level of granularity who saw what, who accessed what, and when. That's the most basic level. We can also see what permissions were allocated and when. Were they changed? Who were they changed for? What tables and assets were they changed against, etc., etc., etc. Hope you found that useful. That was as compressed an overview as I can possibly provide in Unity Catalog, but it's very exciting, very complicated. If there's more you'd like to learn about, please reach out to us on our social media or directly via the email. Watch out for more videos on the channel, and hopefully we'll see you very soon.